Morning, everyone. My name is Bernd Meibohm. I'm the Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Programs at the University of Tennessee College of Pharmacy. I would like to welcome to our information session on the admission to the PhD graduate program in Pharmaceutical Sciences. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your interest in the program. What we will do in the next couple of minutes will be giving you a small overview over the College of Pharmacy, over the Pharmaceutical Sciences graduate program. I will do this initially, and then I will hand it over to Dr. Hassan Almoazen. Dr. Almoazen is the program director for the Pharmaceutical Sciences graduate program, and he will talk with you about the admission process in specific and some of the requirements and procedures related to that. We will use the question and answer tool in Zoom throughout this session. So if you have questions, please use the Q&A tool and type in your question. And then at the end of our presentations, we try to address these questions that may be put in there. So let's start with our College of Pharmacy. The College of Pharmacy has a mission to educate, inspire, discover, and serve to advance health. And we have also a vision to be a preeminent College of Pharmacy through excellence in education, discovery, and service. Now, the College of Pharmacy at the University of Tennessee has been around for a long time. We had last year our 125th anniversary. We are located in Memphis, Tennessee, on the far western part of the state of Tennessee. And you can probably see this right here. This is where we are located. However, the whole state is our campus. And we also have two additional campuses, one in the middle of the state in Nashville and one in the eastern part of the state in Knoxville. The College of Pharmacy is accredited by the Accreditation Council for Pharmacy Education. And we recently received our last re-accreditation for 8 years. So we are accredited until at least 2031. With regard to other colleges of pharmacy, the University of Tennessee College of Pharmacy is highly ranked. It had been ranked throughout the last decades in the top 20 among the 140 U.S. doctor of pharmacy programs by U.S. News and World Report. And we have also been ranked by the American Association of Colleges of Pharmacy as number 6 in funding from the National Institutes of Health. We offer a variety of programs, most importantly, the Doctor of Pharmacy program, the PharmD program, as well as the Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences program, the PhD program. And this is done together with our College of Graduate Health Sciences. And that is, of course, the focus of our info session today. So with regard to the PhD program, all faculty that utilizes research labs and is part of the PhD program is located on the Memphis campus in the College of Pharmacy building. And you see here a picture of this building. It's a little bit older than 10 years. It's a purpose-built building only used by the College of Pharmacy. On the right side is a lab tower. On the left side is on the right side is an office tower. On the left side is a lab tower, and that is connected with a 6-story atrium. So the College of Pharmacy has 2 departments. And in these departments, the faculty that participates in the graduate program are 18 lab-based faculty in the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences and 7 lab-based faculty in the Department of Clinical Pharmacy and Translational Sciences. We also have 2 research centers that go across departments. That is the Center for Drug Discovery and the Center for Pediatric Experimental Therapeutics. Furthermore, many of our faculty is involved in institutional or campus-wide centers. So the campus is a health science center campus. So only health sciences are here, the colleges of medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, nursing, and allied health professions, and of course the College of Graduate Health Sciences. The institutes where our faculty participate in is the Neuroscience Institute, the Institute for the Study of Host Pathogen Systems, so basically a more microbiology-focused institute, the Center for Cancer Research, and the Tennessee Clinical and Translational Science Institute. The research operation in the College of Pharmacy has grown over the last couple of years tremendously. You can see here the NIH funding, and we are very proud of that we are now number 6 nationwide among US colleges of pharmacy with regard to research funding, more than $18 million per year from the National Institutes of Health in this regard. And that obviously means that we have a vibrant research environment, that we have a lot of research projects ongoing, and involved in these research projects are many graduate students. And that's obviously where your interest comes into play. So shown here is, again, another picture of the College of Pharmacy building, now from the east side where the lab-based facilities are. So what you see, the windows that you see from the 2nd to the 6th floor are all windows of labs. We have each lab is structured that way that we have a separate office spaces for graduate students, postdocs, and research assistants that are not in the lab. We very purposefully did that to avoid that you have to sit in the lab throughout the day. So there's separate areas basically where the office is and where the labs are. Now the graduate program is delivered together with, as I mentioned, with our College of Graduate Health Sciences. The administrative structure of the program, by the way, on the right side again, a picture from our pharmacy building. Now you see the wonderful 6-story atrium in there. But the administrative structure of the PhD program is a PhD-only program. So we only admit students to pursue PhD. We do not offer master's degrees. We have a master's degree on the books. If anyone gets stuck in their PhD studies or has for personal reasons or health reasons leave the program prematurely, then we offer the opportunity to pursue to exit with a master's degree if the requirements have been fulfilled. But we do not admit students to a master's program. We only admit to a PhD program. So academically, it's housed in the College of Graduate Health Sciences. So the College of Graduate Health Sciences ultimately provides the degree, but everything with regard to administration is done here in the College of Pharmacy. It's managed and financially supported by the College of Pharmacy. Our program director, as I mentioned, is Dr. Hassan Almoazen. The program coordinator is Tori Fleming, and the business manager that supports them is Deborah Jones. Individuals on the faculty that mentor graduate students have an appointment at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center, usually in the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, but we also have a few faculty members from other colleges that participate as well. And these individuals then also get an appointment in the College of Graduate Health Sciences as graduate faculty. To give you an idea about the size of our program, this is shown for the last 6 years, the enrollment in students that pursue PhD, and you see that there's also masters there, usually at most 1 or 2 students for the reasons that I mentioned earlier. But at any given time, we have between 40 and 50 students in the program. So we are a intermediately sized program if you compare this to other programs throughout the country. Important, of course, is the time to graduation, and that's shown here as a 3-year average on the left side. We could reduce this a little bit over the last couple of years, and we are somewhere between 4 and 5 years. Obviously, that's dependent on the individual student, on their progress, on the progress of their research programs, on their commitments to any other things, for example, summer internships or similar things that students sometimes pursue that obviously all have an impact on the time they need to graduate. What's also shown on the right side here is the average number of peer-reviewed publications submitted per graduate student at the time of graduation. And that's differentiated whether the students are a first author on those papers or whether they are a contributor. And you see that our students are very productive. Many of them at the time of graduation have already or are part of 5 to 6 publications, and 1 to 2 of those are first author papers. We require in the program that at least 1 paper is submitted at the time of the final defense, where the student is the first and lead author, 1 peer-reviewed publication. Now, our alumni from the Pharmaceutical Sciences graduate program are very successful in their pursuits. Many of them work in the pharmaceutical industry. And I have just selected here 3 individuals just to give you a flavor of what they do. The first one is here, Dr. John Ludwig. Dr. Ludwig got his PhD in our program in '84, so a little bit in the past. He is now, he has a very distinguished career, and he is now Senior Vice President of Medical Sciences at Pfizer Incorporated in St. Louis, Missouri, and also the site head for the Pfizer facility in St. Louis. It was instrumental in the production of the COVID vaccine in the last couple of years. The second one is Dr. Donghua Yin. Dr. Yin received his PhD in 2000. He's now Vice President and Head of Clinical Pharmacology in the therapeutic area of oncology at Pfizer in La Jolla in California. And the third one here is Dr. Manish Gupta. Dr. Gupta got his PhD in 2004, and he's now the Senior Vice President and Head of Translational and Quantitative Sciences at GeneMap, which is a company dedicated to the development of monoclonal antibodies in Princeton, New Jersey. So this just gives you some idea that the graduates from our program are also successful in pursuing high-profile careers in the pharmaceutical industry as well as in other places. I only picked these 3 individuals as examples. Now, shown on this slide is the graduate faculty at the University of Tennessee College of Pharmacy that participate and that take graduate students in general terms. And participate in our program. There's most of them are in the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, except for the individuals, the last 5 that are shown here on the bottom. Those are in the Department of Clinical and Translational Sciences. For you as a graduate student, that doesn't really have any bearing, any difference. The students are all treated the same way. So if you're interested in anyone in particular, please use our website to learn a little bit more, look at the publications of those individuals, and this gives you probably a flavor of what they are working on and what kind of research they are pursuing. Besides the faculty in the College of Pharmacy, we also work closely with another institution, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is a high-profile research institution that is also here in Memphis, approximately a mile away from our campus. And we work there very closely over the years with 2 departments where faculty members also participate in our graduate program and take students. And these 2 departments are listed here. That's the Department of Chemical Biology and Therapeutics, as well as the Department of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences at St. Jude. So if you want to learn more about those individuals, please go to the website that I provided here, stjude.org/research. that is a website that will allow you to look at the different faculty members that are listed here, and you can learn then more about what they are working on, if that might be something that you're interested in pursuing. Many of our features and the structure of the graduate program are summarized in the student handbook. The student handbook for the graduate program is on our website. The website address is provided here. So if you haven't looked at that, I highly recommend that you go to that site and have a look at the student handbook. One piece that I would like to highlight from that handbook is our curriculum. We currently have a curriculum that is very flexible, that is designed to be adjusted to the individual interests and needs of each student. And by that, we only have a very limited number of required courses and a relatively large number of selective courses as well as additional courses. So overall, we require 24 credit hours of didactic courses. 5 credit hours should come from category A. These are the required courses. The only required courses that we really have is a introductory course in biostatistics, as well as a course that's required by the graduate school that is called Integrity in the Conduct of Scientific Research. After that, students are free to select courses from the category B, from the list that's here, and they can select at least 10 credit hours from there. Can also be more if they want to, but at least 10 credit hours, which goes through a variety of different areas, from medicinal chemistry to drug delivery to pharmacokinetics, pharmacometrics, molecular sciences, drug metabolism, a variety of different topics that may be of interest in the study of the individual student. And then we have a category C, and these are the elective courses. And that's basically can be any graduate course that is offered by our College of Graduate Health Sciences. So it doesn't have to be on either one of these lists. So you can also supplement your curriculum with other areas of interest, for example, specialized courses in, let's say, statistics that you might be interested in, that you could add to this. As an additional requirement, we have a participation in our seminar and journal club program. So students are required to enroll in either an 819 or a 919 course. The 819 courses, when they passively, well, no, passively is probably not the right word, when they participate in the graduate program but not actively present. They obviously should still be active in asking questions and participate in the discussions. The 919 courses then, when they present their research. Usually students start doing that in their second year, and they are required to give throughout their graduate student career 3 presentations in our graduate program, usually in the second year and somewhere in between, and then shortly before they defend their dissertation. With that, I hope I could give you some flavor of our program. I'm sure some of you may have questions, so please use the Q&A session. We'll get to that in the end, but now I turn it over to Dr. Almoazen, and he will talk to you about the admission process to the PhD program. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Meibohm, for this wonderful introduction about our PhD program in Pharmaceutical Sciences. As Dr. Meibohm indicated, my name is Hassan Almoazen. I'm the director of the PhD program, and I will walk you through some of the application process and admission process into our program. So I've been the program director since 2014. I managed the PhD program in Pharmaceutical Sciences. I also managed the dual degree PharmD PhD, where students enter the PharmD program and then they pursue the PharmD with the PhD. But the focus for today will be only on the PhD program. When you decide to pursue a PhD in pharmaceutical science, the requirements for you to enter the PhD program is you need to have at least a bachelor degree in the sciences or a master degree. Although a master degree is not required, but preferred that you have some research experience prior to joining our PhD program. The areas of interest for a bachelor degree that can match with our interest in the PhD, if you have a bachelor degree in pharmacy, in chemistry, biology, mathematics, or engineering, or other discipline that can help you to blend the background you already have with the background that you will earn in the PhD program to make you successful. Typically, for our admission, we have one opportunity or one window of admission into our program, and that's typically in the fall semester. The fall semester here at UT starts in August or mid-August, where students begin their journey into the pharmaceutical sciences. For the application process, the deadline for our application is March 15. Hopefully by March 15, you should be hearing from us about the conclusion of your application. And we expect all the application and other documents to be received by us and the admission office by March 15, and that will allow us to admit students into the fall semester in August. The admission requirements as listed on this slide, the minimum average GPA is 3.0, meaning when you enter to be eligible for the PhD program, your GPA in the bachelor degree and the master degree need to be above 3.0. We still require students or applicants to submit their GRE, the Graduate Record Examination. We look at the first two combined sections, the verbal and quantitative. Your score need to be above 300, and we expect to see a score of 3.5 or above in the analytical section. If you earned your degree from an institute outside the US, and if your English was not your first language, we ask you to submit the TOEFL scores for us. Make sure you have proficiency in English. We also require 3 letters of recommendation from people who are familiar with your background and your research, if you have any. And then there's no application fee. Our application is online, and we don't require you to pay any fees. With regard to the degree, if your degree was earned from an institute outside the US, we ask you to go through an evaluation process where your courses and your grades are matched to the GPA or the grade point average in the US system. There are multiple institutes that can help you to evaluate your transcript. I've listed 3 that are recognized by graduate school here at UT. There's the Educational Credit Evaluation, ECE. There's the World Education Services, WES. And there's the American Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers. These are private institutes. You submit your transcript to them. They will conduct evaluation course by course. They will convert your grade earned into the GPA system and provide you with a full evaluation of your transcript. Of course, they're going to do this for you with the expectation of a fee, and you are responsible for paying their fees. As I indicated, these are private institutes. They're not affiliated with UT. We require you to go through evaluation and submit the evaluation of the transcript at the time of admission. When you submit your application, you're not required to provide an evaluation, although it helps us to have an evaluation of the courses, but it's a requirement that you have to submit to graduate school at the time of admission into the program. The application portal for our program opens up in mid-October until mid-March. So you have a window for about 6 months to submit your application. I provided in this slide the link to the program application online. If you click on the link, it's going to take you to a private website where we have a private company manage this application process for us. So you create an account with them, and then you upload your unofficial transcript and your resume, your personal statement, research statement, and anything that can help us to learn about you and your credentials, your experience, and your goals when you join the PhD program. Also, you can list the names of the references, and each referee will receive an invitation to submit a recommendation letter on your behalf. When after you submit your application, then your application will receive early evaluation by me, the program director, and then I will route your application into 2 processes based on your interests. So I've already emailed some of you who already applied, and I asked you if you're interested in direct placement or in rotation system. Currently, in our program, we follow 2 processes for admission. The first process is direct placement, and direct placement means you are matched with the faculty before you enter the program. And that's the requirements for you to enter the program, that you have a faculty mentor who's willing to sponsor you and work with you and mentor you for the duration of your graduate studies. So in this process, as you can see listed here, the program director reviews the applications, particularly the ones interested in direct placement. And then I will direct your application to the faculty who will match with your interest. Sometimes many of the applicants, they indicate in their application they're interested in a specific faculty. So I forward your application to that particular faculty to look at your credentials and see if your credential match with the position requirements in their lab. And then the faculty and myself, we conduct interviews of the applicants interested in direct placement. And then we jointly make the decision if we feel the student has the maturity, the intellectual ability, and the background that match with the research interest of the faculty and the student. And then we admit the students to join the faculty on the first day you enter into our program. So this is called direct placement. Second process for admission is the rotation. Some of the applicants may not have a specific faculty in mind, but they're interested in a specific or multiple areas, and they like to join the program and explore different areas and different labs so they can help them to make their decision. So if you prefer to enter the program through rotations, then we have an admission committee typically composed of 4 members, including the program director. The program director shares the files of the applicants interested in rotations with the admission committee. The admission committee evaluates the students interested in rotations and then select candidates for Zoom interviews. And after the interviews, the committee select a number of students to be admitted to the program to go through rotation system. Now, some faculty prefer students to rotate in their labs. So the program director will try to match between the interest of the students who are interested in rotations and the faculty who would like to have students rotate in their labs. And that's typically happen in June, July. And then once we have a match, then I will begin to have a schedule for each student on rotation, where you can enter the labs and spend about 4 weeks into each lab. So typically we allow you to go through 4 different labs over the full semester. This will give you the opportunity to interact with 4 faculty. Some faculty could be at St. Jude, some faculty could be here in Pharmaceutical Science or in Clinical Translational Science. So you enter the lab, you spend 4 weeks, you meet the faculty, you meet the postdocs, you meet the other graduate students, you learn a few techniques in the labs, and then you get a flavor if this is the area of research that you are interested in. At the end of the fall semester, we expect from you to share with the program director a list of your preferences. So if you like to work with specific faculty, you share with the program director, I'm interested in working for faculty, this particular faculty, and then the program director will communicate with the faculty and share your interest. And if the faculty is interested, then we have a match. And then in the second semester, in the spring semester, that particular faculty becomes your mentor. And rotation is over at that time. If you do not match with a faculty, then we give you one opportunity to rotate in different labs for 1 more semester in the spring semester. And then by the end of the spring, we ask you to select faculty. If the faculty you rotate with in the spring are interested in you, then we have a match. If they're not interested, then regretfully, we ask you to leave the program because you did not match with the faculty member. So we give you an opportunity of 2 semesters to interact with faculty and find somebody interested in your candidacy. So as I indicated, we have 1 entry window, and that's in August for the fall semester. Sometimes students face a delay, and that could be for different reasons, visa issue, etc. So under accentuating circumstances, we can defer your admission to the spring semester, and that's possible. When you join us in the fall semester, you have to go through 2 orientations, one by the College of Graduate Health Sciences, where they go through the honor code and they go through different policies of the College of Graduate Health Sciences. And also we have our own orientation, the program orientation, where we share with you the policies and what's the expectation of you while in our PhD program. So basically, once you enter the program, we work with you step by step to help you and work with you to make sure you are successful in our program. So with this, I conclude my section of the presentations, and we open up the Q&A. If you have any questions, myself or Dr. Meibohm can address them. So the first question we have, how many students do you admit this fall? Of course, the number of students we admit depends on the number of positions we have. Sometimes we have 10 or more students. Sometimes we have less. So it depends on the open positions and the faculty interested. So each year, I would say, is different. With regard to a question on do we foster a collaborative and supportive academic environment, I say yes. We do have a very strong collaboration between faculty, and we have faculty in our departments. They also collaborate with St. Jude. We have faculty from St. Jude collaborating with faculty at UT. So if you work with a specific faculty, the projects could be branched out, and parts of the project or your project could be also supervised by a committee. And the committee is composed of 5 faculty members. These faculty members basically can help you contribute and work with you. So yes, we do encourage you to work with your mentor and your committee, and also manage your research under the supervision of your mentor. So anything you do need to be communicated well with your advisor.
So just to add to the first question while Dr. Almoazen is reading the next question, with regard to how many students are admitted to the program, as I showed you initially, we have a program between 40 and 50 students at any given time, and the time to graduation between 4 and 5 years. So that really means that on average, we admit approximately 10 students per year. So I think that is a good guess, as Dr. Almoazen said, that obviously for each individual year, this may be slightly higher or lower, dependent on some of the factors he mentioned.
We have a questions about an applicant who is pursuing a PharmD internship and wondering if they can update their applications. Once you open an application, you can come back and update your application. But once you submit an application, you cannot go back and update the application. So if I advise you, once you start an application, make sure you have everything handy and available, because once you hit the submit button, it will not be easy for you to go back and provide. Now, if you like to share with us additional information, you can email it to me separately, and I can make sure your information gets to the faculty of interest and the committee. But if you have, as long as you have not submitted your application, you can always update your application. Which fellowships are available to graduate students? Every graduate student that is admitted into the program receive a tuition waiver from the College of Graduate Health Science, where you don't pay tuition, you only pay the fees at registration. So I repeat, you don't pay tuition, you only pay the fees. Plus, we offer each student a stipend and health insurance. And that's for the duration of your study. So you don't have to apply for our stipend. It's automatically offered to you upon entry into the program. The amount of the stipend currently is about $30,000 plus health insurance. How does the program support students in securing external funding or grants for their research? The funding for your project is typically provided by the mentor. The advisor provides the funding for your projects. You are encouraged by the program and graduate school to pursue fellowships, external funding for your stipends. And we encourage you to do that because it's going to help your career if you're able to secure additional funding beyond what we offer you and make your resume shine at the time of graduation. So yes, there are multiple opportunities within the College of Graduate Health Sciences for you to apply internally within UT. Also, with the support of your advisor, you can apply for external fellowship where you can secure additional funding beyond what we offer you. So we encourage you to do so, and it's going to help your career. Question, my GPA is less than 3, and I have publications in different areas. Is there a chance for me to get into the program? Again, I mean, no promises, but the committee or the advisors will need to look at your credentials, also need to look at what areas you did not score well, and if can this affect your productivity in the program. Because remember, the expectations is high. We are in the top 6 in NIH funding. We have highly competitive environment. We want to make sure when you join us, you are very, very successful. So if there's some areas of deficiencies, we have to discuss it case by case and see if, make a decision if you're going to be successful. With regard to the admission decision, typically we make at the end of, sometimes we make an early decision. We can admit students as early as January or February, but late decisions can happen by end of April, early May. So if you are in the US, we can make a decision by May. If you are overseas, international students, we typically make decisions by April because we want to give you the opportunity to apply for a US visa and get the visa to join us in August. So we try to make decisions as quickly as possible so you can join us by August. With regard to GRE waiver, this is case-by-case basis. So if the committee feels we have a strong applicant with multiple publications and a strong record, and they feel that the applicant is very mature and strong, the committee may decide to waive the GRE. So we've done that in the past for very strong applicants. The GRE, of course, help us to make the decisions. Only one piece of the admission. But if we have a strong candidates with experience, there's opportunity, yes, we can waive the GRE. And that's case-by-case basis. Do we need to have a prospective supervisor at the time of the application? No, at the time of application, you don't need to have a supervisor, but in order to be admitted to the program, if you're going through direct entry, you need to have a mentor and supervisor. If you join us through the rotation system, the program director is your mentor temporary until you identify and match with a faculty member. When should we expect an interview invitation after our for direct placement? We begin evaluating the applicants in January, February, and then for the rotation, we conduct the interviews early March, and we make the decision by early April. Can a prospective applicant opt in for posting to start in a particular laboratory rotation? Yes. I mean, if you're interested in rotation, you let us know, and then the committee can review your application. And if you're selected for interview, the committee will conduct the interview personally. What are the research strengths of the department, and what makes your department different from others? Well, as Dr. Meibohm indicated, we are currently ranked number 6 in the nation when you compare colleges of pharmacy. This means we have very strong, productive faculty members who are able to secure federal funding, industrial funding. And as Dr. Meibohm indicated, many of our students, when they graduate, they pursue industrial careers. Some pursue FDA positions in government at NIH. Some pursue postdoc positions, and they become faculty members. So we are proud, very proud of our students and their careers that they have initiated for themselves. And the unique environment we have here in the College of Pharmacy, we have a new building. We have very beautiful labs, space. We have collaboration with St. Jude Children's Hospital, which is the #1 research hospital in pediatric cancer. We have faculty with strong interest in medicinal chemistry, in pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics, pharmacometrics. We have faculty interested in drug delivery and drug design. We have faculty interested in medicinal chemistry, synthesizing and making new compounds to treat cancer, diabetes, and other diseases. So the variety of the interest and the areas of the faculty makes us a strong program that stands out among 140, 150 other colleges of pharmacy. And that's basically will help you when you join us and earn the degree from University of Tennessee Health Science Center to secure a good position for your future. Many of our students, as I indicated, went to industry, major pharmaceutical industry like Pfizer, Novartis, Amgen, and others. Many went to work for the FDA, and many went to do postdocs and pursued prestigious academic positions at different universities. We have a questions. I received an email about direct and rotation placement. I initially chose direct placement, but can I switch to rotation? Yes, you can. You can just email me at halmoaze@uthsc.edu, and I can change you from direct placements into rotations. So that will not be an issue. We can make the switch for you. Does the program offer internship program during PhD? We give you the opportunity during your study. if you are interested in an internship in industry, we support you for that, and we encourage you. But we prefer, if you want to go for internship, we want you to finish your courses. And then if you identify an internship in industry and you want to spend 2 months, 3 months in the summertime, you want to get the approval from your advisor. And we want you to finish your courses. And we prefer if you finish your qualifying exam and become a PhD candidate. Once you get your courses out of the way and you become a PhD candidate, then you feel free to apply for different internships and get the approval from your advisor.
Just to add to this, what Dr. Almoazen just said about internships, more and more students nowadays in our program are actually pursuing a summer internship. Some of them even do 2 of them. So that happens. We leave this to the discretion of the student. It's basically their responsibility to find a site, to apply for different locations, to find a site and to spend time there. But it's very popular, and it has tremendously helped many of our students in shaping their mind and trying to develop their career goals when they move to the next step after they have finished their PhD studies.
We have a question now. I'm living in Memphis on F2 visa status. If I get admission, do I have to change the visa status prior to start? Yes, if you get admission into the program, you have to change your status from F2 into F1, and that requires you to travel outside the US and visit a US embassy outside the US. We had instances in the past where we admitted students on F2, and then before they joined the program, they went to Canada or went to Mexico, and they changed their visas to F1 and came back. So yes, that is possible. We still have a few minutes if you have any questions for me or Dr. Meibohm. When can applicants expect to receive interview invitations? As I indicated, in January, February for direct admission or direct placement, and beginning of March probably for the rotation admission.
There's one question about insights into the academic and social aspects of graduate student life. I can tell you that much, that the University of Tennessee Health Science Center is a health science campus. It's a campus in a major metropolitan area, Memphis, Tennessee. That area is approximately 1.3 million people live here. So you are in an urban environment. Since we are only a health science center and our main university, the University of Tennessee at Knoxville, is on the other side of the state, that really means that we are not an undergraduate campus. So it's slightly different from what you might have been used to in a large undergraduate facility. Life here is the typical urban life that you have, with many opportunities for social interactions, for entertainment, for sports activities. So an environment that is very inclusive, that basically allows many of our students to interact. We are not only the only graduate program on campus, of course. There's the College of Graduate Health Sciences has multiple other programs. So there are, I would say, at any given time, there are probably 250 to 300 graduate students here on campus. So it's a larger community where you will have the opportunity to interact with.
We have a question. Despite putting in an application for the PhD program, can a candidate apply for the PharmD program to run concurrently with the PhD, or this is a separate application entirely? The PharmD program is a separate program from the PhD. So if you join the PhD program and you have an interest in pursuing the PharmD program, you want to discuss your interest with the program director and faculty mentor and Dr. Meibohm as well. So we can see if that's feasible and if you meet the requirements for admission into the PharmD. So that's possible, but we leave that when you join us, and then we can have discussion.
So we have a combined PharmD PhD program where the admission process is usually the other way around. Students first apply to the PharmD program. Once they are in the PharmD program, they then, on top of that, try to apply for the PhD program. So it's a slightly different pathway, as Dr. Almoazen just told you. We usually have a handful of students that pursue that route. There is some benefits of doing this concurrently. There are certain courses that are where you receive credit for both of these degree programs, and by that you save a little bit of time in the overall duration of study.
We have a question. Can I, currently I'm in a PhD chemistry, and can I transfer to the program? Yes, you can transfer if you're currently in a PhD program in chemistry. You can transfer to our program. We can also transfer some of the courses that you have earned in your program, and this can help you to shorten the time for taking courses. So we can consider some of your courses, as long as the courses you took in the institute are graduate courses and you have a grade of B or above, we can transfer some of them. So yes, that's possible if you like to transfer. How many credits students have to complete for the doctorate degree? As Dr. Meibohm indicated, if you look at the handbook available online, you have to earn a minimum of 24 didactic credits, meaning you have to take courses to fulfill 24 courses, 24 credits of didactic courses as they're listed in list A, B, and C. In addition to the didactic courses, you have to earn what's called dissertation credits, and those are additional 24 credits of dissertation credits. And these dissertation credits, you begin to take them after you finish taking your didactic courses and become a PhD candidate. Then each semester, you need to register for at least 9 credits to maintain a full-time status in our program. So each semester, to maintain the program, the status in the program, you have to be at 9 credits.
So I think we are at a point where our hour is over. So again, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Thank you very much for all your questions. And we look forward to hear more from you over the next couple of weeks. If you have any further questions, you have the contact information for Dr. Almoazen, so please do not hesitate to contact him if anything has been left unaddressed in this session. Again, thank you very much, and we look forward to see you at some point in the future on the campus of the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. Thank you.